Hello classmates! Hello folks! Welcome again to the Philippine Guild of Watercolorists Infotainment series, Water and Technicolor, where we provide you with information to better up your skills when it comes to watercolor painting. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to review again one of the basic techniques in watercolor painting, and that is, of course, glazing colors, or applying colors on top of one another. Watercolor is essentially a transparent medium, and layering of colors is a natural process when it comes to painting. And with watercolors, this can be very effective when you have a color underneath a transparent color to achieve a greater tonality and depth when it comes to painting. Now, for today's lesson, we're going to have some exercise with the basic techniques in watercolor, and we're going to explain to those who have been painting doing watercolors how important is painting, layering colors side by side, and how do we achieve greater depth and tonality when we do so. Now, without further ado, let's get our painting materials, brushes, paper, paints, and let's get started.
Good day. In this lesson, we are going to learn more about the tonality and the transparency of watercolors, and what are the things that we can achieve when we layer colors side by side. For this lesson, we are going to need some separate mixing wells as usual, some colors like a thin cyanine blue which is transparent, and we have to dilute it with water, taking into consideration the consistency that we are going to need as a wash for this exercise. We begin this exercise by painting a square which we had divided into 10 columns by the paint that we had mixed. In this case, we prepared a cyanine blue and diluted it with water in a separate mixing well. We paint the entire square or the entire rectangle with the color evenly from corner to corner and let it dry. After drying the entire square, we add additional wash of paint on top of the first rectangle, but this time we have to avoid the first columns, the one from the left and the right, painting it entirely until it is covered and finished. We repeat this exercise until we move further towards the center, again leaving the first columns of the initial washes that we had applied in the paper. Looking at the fourth layer of paint that we have applied into the paper, we can see that the layers or the first initial colors has increased the saturation of the paint. Finally, with the last two columns, applying wash reveals that this paper has increased or reached the saturation point where it can't accept paint any longer. Looking at the paper, the paints that we had dried, with the columns moving from the left towards the center and the right towards the center, the colors or the layers of paint increases in value or saturation as we go along with each washes. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 tonal values or steps as we had increased the tonality from the first initial washes. I hope you found this lesson valuable and informative.
Wow! Thank you so much again, classmates, for staying in tune and practicing with me. Now, I know you must be excited for the next episodes, or you might have questions. Of course, we all have questions when we're painting, and for those who've been doing watercolor, they must have a lot of questions. Now, if you want a question to be answered, maybe in our next episode, why don't you just drop your comments down in the comment section, and let's see if we can answer one of those questions that you have in our future episodes. Or maybe you want a particular topic covered. Well, you can have a request, write comments in the comment section down below. So that's all the time that we have, folks. Once again, this is your artist Emmanuel Silva, bringing you the Water and Technicolor, where we provide you with information to better up your skills in watercolor painting. Thank you, folks. See you guys in the future episodes.